everybody. Warm welcome to Impossible Live. And if you are joining us for the first time, you are so in for a delicious, rich treat. The one thing I want to warn you, heads up, our amazing guest today is a type that inspires a pen. You're going to want to take notes. You're going to want to lean in. And really, we want to thank Adrian and Oli for warming us up on the back end and for joining us. And amazing Amolia, thank you. Warm welcome to Impossible Live. Let our listeners know about wonderful Amolia.
Well, hi everyone. My name is Amalia Gardner. I'm a LinkedIn business coach, also known as the audio events queen for my squad. Hi everyone. I'm also the founder of the Audio Leadership Club. So I probably have some leaders tuning in. So I thank you guys so much for the support. I'm really excited for being here today. My expertise is in audio events. I've been doing audio events since LinkedIn introduced us to audio rooms and gave everyone access. I think was that 2021, 2022. So it's been a few years, and then I just fell in love with it. Fell in love with just really amplifying your voice. So I'm really excited to share some cool strategies and tips and answer whatever questions you have for me.
Well, we are delighted that you're here and especially that you're here with amazing gems and to let us pick your beautiful, talented brain. One of the things I love about Amalia is Amalia and I had a chance to meet each other in Thought Leadership Branding Club. And if you'll check on her LinkedIn profile, she's got 4 other events this week. So I am really delighted that you're joining us and multiple events today. So warm welcome, Meryl. Warm welcome, Ileana, Aries, and my sister from another, Marie Vega Byrne. So, Amalia, on the screen, we've got a link for your Audio Leadership Club. For those who haven't had a chance to learn about it, can you give them a little preview of what it's about?
Absolutely. And you know what? I feel like this morning was a prime example of what the community is about. So Mondays we have our Monday kickoff calls to where we meet, see what we have going on for the week. And I love how we had a member come in and she's working on something and another member had expertise in it. And he's like, you know what? I'll just host a master class. So it just really speaks to the support that the community have. But I wanted a safe space where audio leaders can have a place where they can actually trust the members to collaborate, do team events. For another example, one of our team members hosted a summit. We like literally a few days before he needed some more commentators, we showed up. We were 5 strong. So it just shows to how if you have a trusted community that you know has already been vetted, you know that's going to show up, support, and give you not just master classes, but the collaboration that you're looking for. That is what the Audio Leadership Club, I envisioned it, and it actually came true. So I'm really excited. And Mel is a member. So that should tell you how we have some amazing members in our community. And I thank you again, Mel, because you hosted a masterclass series for us all about trust.
Hey, I want to thank you for your warm introduction, but I think the reminder is as we're talking about amplifying our voices, and as you're mentioning of your members, none of us can do this alone.
Yes.
Absolutely none of us. We're not an island. We need incredible support. We need lots of help. And in many cases, we really need like amazing energy,
Yeah.
whether it's helping us accomplish an event, just hitting a goal, flushing out an idea, or and really just having a wonderful place to share ideas on disruptive business leadership. I'm delighted to have joined them on their panel recently. And Martin Stark reminded us, it's hard to find safety, but really, what we're looking for support. We're looking for
Mhm.
that. I see you, I hear you, I feel you, and in many cases, the I've got you.
Yeah.
And that's one of the wonderful things I really appreciate. And Oli is renaming Amplify. He's got it spelled a different way. Uh, Oli, what in the world are you renaming? Is it an Amolia phone? Are you looking for a bat phone? Are you looking for a hot link? We can already find this amazing woman on podcasts. We can find her on YouTube. We can find her on LinkedIn. We can find her on Clubhouse. We can find her in amazing communities. I think the one thing I love too, when we started talking about the session title, is for some of us, audio, video. There's a choice of how we show up in what space.
Yes.
How did you choose? How did you choose audio and why?
So actually, for me, I started my audio journey from my fear of being on camera. I'm very authentic about it. Um, I feel like my community actually has making me become more comfortable showing up on camera because you guys love the camera. But full transparency, when you want to start a business, they say you have to show up consistently. And when you have things, life happens. For myself, I had a lot of health problems. Showing up consistently on camera was a struggle for me because I struggled with my own insecurities of what was happening. I wanted people to hear my value. I wanted people to hear what I had to offer. I didn't want what was going on with me to be a distraction, right? Are you okay? Is something wrong? Like, is my weight up and down this week? Um when I have moments where there's hair loss and then I have to struggle with a wig. There were so many factors that were giving me too many excuses, right? I'm gonna just call it what it is. There were so many things that was in my head, and I was becoming my own worst enemy because I love you guys. Like, you guys make me see it's not about me, it's about the value I'm putting out to the world, and which is why I'm here today on camera. But audio allowed me to get comfortable, right? Video is not for everyone, and everyone has a different story, a different journey. And I wanted to prove to everyone, because I started my journey that way, how much audio can really amplify your voice, your brand, your business. If you guys go to my LinkedIn profile as we speak, when I first started this journey, I was like a little bit under 2,000 individuals. And now I'm constantly growing. I think like 8,000 plus. And it's not just random followers, it's people that I engage with that I kind of know now. Like when you mentioned Merle, when you guys comment, I'm used to restream, so I can't really see you guys. But I feel like audio allowed me to get to know you. I'm not just posting comment, I'm not just posting a video, I'm having conversations. And I always tell people the best way to amplify your voice is not just by talking, but it's about connecting. And Mel, I met you because Bobby and everyone else, if it wasn't for an audio event, I never would have became a TLB club member. And I just really like to spread the word out. Video is great, right? We have our video people, we're on video. But please do not miss the opportunity to leverage audio, social audio events. Just because the pandemic is over, that don't mean Clubhouse is dead. There are so many things that you can do when it comes to your voice, social audio, or even a simple voice note to leave to someone on LinkedIn. They give us all these voice options. Utilize it.
There's so much meat in what you're saying. And I'd love to start from the perspective of some of us aren't sure where we want to show up. And part of that, I know for me, and people will laugh because Be Visible with Mel is my reminder that Mel needs to come out and play. It's the reminder that the introvert who's really comfortable with the camera off, really comfortable behind the scenes supporting others events, whether it's one of my dear clients is about to leave. They're sponsoring a conference next week, but I think for myself, I always started out behind the scenes. I was always the admin. I'm the operations girl. It's the joke about grab a pen because Amalia is going to drop gems. But I found for myself, and for those who smile all the time and tell me how comfortable I am on video, I Jonathan Howard is here. And Jonathan Howard is my reminder. Jonathan and Eve Voyaveda, they are my reminder to show up and show up full out. I learned about audio because of Jonathan. And you'll laugh because Clubhouse wasn't the place that I could go pop into because I'm an Android girl. That may change soon. But I found for me that in audio, when you're talking about amplifying your voice, audio helped me relax. I would hang out in Jonathan's amazing rooms on Clubhouse and communities, and Jonathan left because Jonathan always is taking me to some other cool platform, and I even went to Discord for Jonathan, But I think having a place to start sometimes, having a place where we're not in our head. For me, I was stuck in the glasses. I was stuck in the blue glare of the glasses. So now we've got the glasses without the blue glare. But I got stuck in what was behind the eyes. The neuro linguistic programming people will say, I was reaching up for a thought or trying to remember something or trying to connect the dots. But I find for myself, the one thing, yep, Jonathan is telling me Chatter Social will be next. I need y'all to know, if you haven't had a chance, this is my guy. And my guy in terms of Jonathan really helped me identify what was holding me back. Like Amolia, you're beautiful. No matter what your hair looks like, you've got this amazing smile. We will follow you anywhere. As I say to Jonathan, wherever he goes, I will learn how to use that platform. I may need some behind the scenes Jonathan, and like Jonathan was at a conference this weekend. So I had so much fun watching him bop around live to help others on social media. But I think the thing that I loved that you're saying is audio became a way for you to increase your comfort levels, not just where you wanted to share your voice, not just where you wanted to build your community. But how did you get started? Like you're mentioning this journey from 2000 to 8,000 followers or connections. And a lot of people, that's the lane they want to be in, is how do I amplify? And Oli has spelled it a totally different way. But for those who are interested in the amplify part, how would you suggest they start there?
Absolutely. And to go to your first part, how did I go from, like you mentioned, from the beginning to where I'm at now? And it's just, I tried it, right? I tried to host an audio event, and I like to clarify. So LinkedIn got rid of audio rooms, and a lot of us got scared, like, oh my goodness, that mean I have to do a live stream. But LinkedIn is also partnered with Restream that allows you to do audio only events. And that's what a lot of myself and my community members do. And doing audio only events just allows you to test it out, allow you to try it, allow you to invite people on stage. But here's the thing and how we can amplify it. If you're new to LinkedIn and LinkedIn events, when you create an event on LinkedIn, it allows you to invite 1,000 connections, 1,000 people in every week. I was like, you know what? What's the hard part? I'm just going to show up and talk, right? I'm going to have conversation. I'm going to pick a topic. I'm going to network with my community who I already have, who I already trust. Even my very first episode, Melanie, I did it by myself. I didn't know what I was doing. I knew, like, what is a topic that people will be interested in? And it was like the start of the year, and I was like, business mistakes. I knew that, you know what, if I wasn't really comfortable being the expert, let's talk about mistakes. Let's talk about the things we screwed up, right? Everyone can relate to that. But when you talk about your mistakes, you give the door open to talk about the things you did to fix those mistakes and hear other people speak about what they've done to fix the mistakes. And then that's still adding value to your event. But I would say to amplify it, host an event, use your voice. When you use your voice, go to LinkedIn, create a LinkedIn event, invite your connections. It allows for 1,000 people. Use the full invite. And guess what? It resets every week. So if you're showing up consistently because you're on audio, right? You can do it anywhere. And for those that were in the LinkedIn community, how many of us were doing dishes, listening in? Audio allows you to multitask. Audio allows you to do your events from anywhere. I've done an event in my car at my daughter's track meet because no one can see me. That's just the perks of your voice still being used, but you're still leveraging and amplifying it. Now, another thing, you want to start using your voice notes. As people start connecting with you, you can leave a voice note, you can have them introduce yourself and let them know about your audio event. There are so many things you could do, but I would say the number one strategy was I showed up with my voice consistently and I told my connections about it. And then that's how I built my community.
I love it because you reminded me, as amazing Cheryl Moses has also popped in also to remind us. And Cheryl said when she first started summits, she did audio only. And it's to remind you of the lane. And just as today we can cheer on Ileana Sutton because she's on Spotify with a podcast. So, I think also the steps that each of us takes in the journey, they're going to be different. As Jonathan has really helped me understand and explore, we've got our own lane. And Jonathan helps us explore this in a signature style membership. Each of us has an own style. We have a place where we're comfortable. We have a place where we maybe get a little less creeped out than we would in other places. I laugh because video for me was such a challenge. I got stuck in that go live button. And I think that's one of the things that, whether you're on LinkedIn or on whatever other platform, the reminder to take a step, the reminder, as they say, to just start and start from a place with our nerves. I found for me, I needed water, tremendous amounts. It's the same thing in a live networking event. If I don't have water, there is no voice. And I think it's a key part, the starting part. You need the energy, you need an idea. And as Amalia said in the beginning, you don't necessarily need your first guest yet. And think of a way to just start that really feels natural to you, that matches your style. Amalia is here today. I'm wearing yellow because it's Amalia Day. You'll laugh because I think also that's something Jonathan helped me understand. Each of us has a style. We have something that we want to bring to it, and I think developing your audio style, your video style. But Jonathan says it, developing your signature style. I call it adaptive style because really it's complex. We got a lot going on. There's family, there's health issues, there's Wi-Fi issues. I can't tell you how many times I've gone live on video and we've lost internet or we lost a signal. Friday in disruptive business leadership, I evaporated for a little bit. I'll warn beautiful Amalia. Believe me, if I disappear for 5 minutes, this beautiful woman has it. But I think the part about Amplify is if you just start, someone pops in to let you know they see you. They pop in to let you know that they hear you. They pop in to let you know that they've got you. And I think that's one of the things I love is in communities, and we need to pick the right ones. We need communities like Audio Leadership Club. We need communities like Jonathan's amazing signature style membership. We need communities like Thought Leadership Branding Club. We need places where someone can catch us, where we can just ask help because none of us can amplify alone. And one of the things I love, as Jonathan's joining us, one of the first logos Jonathan helped me work on had an amplify signal. because I wasn't sure how to do it. And I really was trying to just share that part of how do you increase your vibe. And I love that Amalia has reminded us it's a journey. And where do we want to go next in the audio journey? And I'm loving it because Ollie's mentioning Go Brunch, which I know is something you've also been helping us understand from your community. And I know you and Bobby have something coming up this week all about audio. Do me a favor, let's share some of that. And I
Yeah.
know it's in Amalia's profile, but share that for those who are watching us, whether you're on Meta or you're catching it later on YouTube. Uh, or you're watching us live on LinkedIn or you're part of Team Replay, let us know where we can find you and learn more about your audio gems.
Absolutely. But before we dive into that, I love everything you were saying, and that goes into Go Brunch and what we're about to host. And as you guys step into audio, because it's about progress, not perfection, right? I want you to remember that the key to amplifying your voice is to have conversation and build community. Your community is how you levitate, right? So don't just host an event and forget about the people that are tuning in. Mel, your prime example of today. You were giving shout outs, you were saying names. So, because I'm a restream person, I was trying to stalk my way to get to the comments to see everyone. But now I see Cheryl, I see Ollie, I see Meryl, I see the people that are interacting regardless if it's a video or audio. But if especially if it's an audio, if these people are listening and tuning in, if they hear that you're interacting with them, you're saying their name, they feel a part of the conversation, they're going to keep showing up. They're going to continue building that trust. And that trust builds community. And then that community is what continues to build your tribe. And that's how you really grow and amplify. Because right now, Meryl, I love Meryl. I would never know Meryl unless it was for audio events. Meryl would share my event to his whoever he knows, right? So not only is I'm personally amplifying by showing up, now my community is amplifying my voice by sharing my content. So you want to keep that in mind. Do not ignore your listeners. You want to have conversation but involve them. And that goes into Go Brunch. I love Go Brunch because to me, Go Brunch is that private space where you can really communicate with your community. The Audio Leadership Club, we have our co-working spaces, our Monday kickoffs. If you guys have never used Go Brunch, Mel, I'm going to give you my virtual world. I built out a whole world for my coaching and clients to where you guys can just explore it and see what it's like. But it's a really good space to where, you know how we live stream now, and you know how we kind of lost the audience that were tuning in and didn't really want people to know that they were tuning in, but still want to join the conversation. That's Go Brunch now. So now, for those that may not want the world to see that they're a part of the conversation, live streamed everywhere, and watch the replay, you can go to Go Brunch and have those conversations without it being recorded. And once it's gone, it's gone. To where you can have meaningful connections and conversations with the community. Now, Bobby, guys, let me know in the comments. I feel like everyone here should know Bobby, but if you don't know Bobby, make sure you go connect with Bobby Omer. Now, Bobby, he's like to me the audio king. I don't know, he doesn't really call himself that. He is the thought leadership branding expert, but in my head, Bobby's been doing this longer than anybody. But we're coming together. We're joining forces, Bobby and I, the Thought Leadership Branding Club, as well as the Audio Leadership Club. And Melanie, we are hosting a 2.5 hour live workshop on everything you need far as how to turn your listeners into clients. We're deep diving into Clubhouse. We're going to teach you how to use, leverage, and attract Clubhouse members and how to still use it, because everyone feel like, well, is Clubhouse still a thing? Well, it is. We have our LinkedIn Mastery Thursdays there. We're going into Twitter Spaces. We're going into Go Brunch. We're going into Restream, live streaming, how to leverage Zoom, whatever is your preferred platform. We're going to teach you how to leverage that platform and turn your listeners into clients with using your voice and auto. We call it our audio conversion system. And it's going to be an amazing event. And we have a lot of bonuses too. A lot of bonuses. So I am really grateful for Bobby. I'm really excited because I mean, if you know me, you know Bobby, we are givers. So if you have not signed up or registered yet, be sure to sign in, because to get us for 2.5 hours, let's just say it's going to be a lot of great information.
That sounds wonderful. And for those who may be driving or listening on a headphone or don't have a pen nearby, your event with Bobby is on Saturday?
Yes, we chose a Saturday because we know sometimes we have our working people that are building businesses. So it's May 3rd, Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12:30.
All right, sounds good. And that's Eastern, right?
Yes,
For
that's
those
Eastern
time
Standard
zones,
Time.
across time zones.
Yes.
For those who are unable possibly to join you live, will they have an opportunity to catch a replay
Oh,
or
yes. There will be a replay. There will also be an interactive workbook. When I say we laid out this workshop, we laid it out. Even if you can't catch it live, it will still be to where you can have the interactive session. And we even have it to where we have offers to where if you missed it live, you can still have an option to work with me and Bobby to help you leverage. Because I go from not just how to do events, how to host events. If this is something you're really interested in, and you really want to know how to leverage, we really want to come up with something that covers all the bases. So that way you can really, especially if you know that you're not really wanting video, or if you're doing video and you want to tap into the audio market, you could even learn how to take all these things and start your podcast, right? What's the simplest way to figure out how to do a podcast, right, Melanie, without worry about the editing, all that? Take your live event, that authenticity of these events, and we'll show you all of that great stuff on Saturday.
what I love too about what you're saying is you're reminding us that one of the gems of audio sometimes is live, not recorded.
Mm-hmm.
Audio is sometimes live and recorded. You have an opportunity for replays. You can slice and dice and bake it and repackage it and repurpose it for other options. I laughed because audio, I'm grateful for Jonathan and I'm grateful for Lachelle Atkins and I'm grateful for Cheryl Moses because that first time, boy, Cheryl and Lachelle were training me on Clubhouse how to run a, a Clubhouse room. And what I laughed was that first time I was really nervous. I had lots of incredible support in the room. Plus, I had Lachelle's amazing elephant strategy community. What I laughed was it was one of those glitchy days. It's one of those glitchy days with a recording where the controls weren't always working. And I think that's one of the things sometimes with audio that's kind of interesting. We can kind of hide a little bit sometimes. What bumps aren't there? Amalia and I will say it from, doing a pre-check. Occasionally
Mhm.
video can get a little funky. Your mic might not be working, your headphones, the browser, the Wi-Fi. But I think one of the things that I love besides just the opportunity to talk about Amalia and Audio Leadership Club is underneath this the opportunity for collaboration, the opportunity for community, the opportunity for conversation. Because I think sometimes that is one of the biggest things that I find in conversations with clients and others. People are trying to figure out how to reach somebody.
Mhm.
On audio, Amalia, do you have any tips that you can share before Saturday without giving it all away?
Bobby's
That
gonna kill me because I'll give it all away. Just kidding.
well, here's the thing
For
too, and
those that know me.
Meryl says it in the chat. You that you love giving out your bonuses, and Meryl is perfectly correct there. The thing I was wondering is, like, I know for myself as an introvert, I've got a different system how I follow up when I'm networking. I have a different system in person. I have a different system online. I have a different system when it's hybrid, when it's a mix. On audio, you mentioned voice memos. Are those the most frequent way that you follow up with somebody from an audio event? Or how do you just turn that audio relationship into a potential conversation or collaboration?
So I would say the first thing to do, and I know a lot of people frown upon it, but when you have an audio event, either take a screenshot or remember who's was there. Um, for me, it was creating a group message on LinkedIn, right? Creating that group message on LinkedIn, I would tell anyone, add Merle, he's in the chat. But when you create that group message, it's really easy to, you know, find and put all of the people that are supporting your event in one place so you won't forget. And then that way you won't overwhelm yourself with trying to remember or whatever, even if you did it after the event. Take a screenshot, take something for a mental note. And then what I usually do, sometimes everyone know, I will either do a voice note thanking everybody for attending. I will post a link to the next event. Now you're slowly building a community to where you're reminding them about your events. They can ask additional questions. Another thing too, I would say it's very important. I'm gonna put this out there too. When people sign up or hit registration and they don't attend, we leave it there. You want to go back and communicate with your chat to make sure people feel welcome, right? You want to make sure you do your pre where you thank them. I'm going to actually, not to go off, I'm going to tell you how Bobby and I became close. I was attending an audio event, and during that event, Bobby messaged me and asked to connect with me. I'm going to speak to LinkedIn since we're all LinkedIn people, right? Well, now with the new structure, it's just a little hard to do that. But why not after the event? Why not after everyone that attended, everyone that a comment liked, everyone that liked it, said they were interested in attending? Why not leave them a voicemail or a voice message introducing yourself? Hi, Melanie and BU. I'm Melanie and I'm all about trust. Thank you for joining me. Do you have any questions? Do you continue that conversation? They took the time to tune in and listen. It doesn't have to be spammy. I feel like a lot of people miss connections because the only time you're DM, like you're receiving a DM or sending a DM, it's regarding, do you want something, right? Hey, attend this. Hey, but how often do you follow up and say, hey, thank you for attending. Do you have any questions? Is there anything else I can support you with? You will probably get way more responses that way than just the way you're doing it and completely ignoring the before and after. Ask them if they have any questions before the event start. Ask them if they have any questions after the event start. And people always get scared, like, oh my goodness, I sent out to 1,000 connections, only 40 people. Well, that make your life easier now, right? You have a small filtered list and people are telling you who is interested in being a part of your tribe. Don't just ignore them. Start building that relationship. And that's how Bobby, he sent me a voice note because it's something different about hearing the voice rather than someone like a AI copied and paste note. Like, oh yeah, he just went to Chat GPT and they told him what to say to me. But when Bobby took the time, now at this time, if you look at Bobby, he got like thousands of followers, right? Connections. So for someone to that magnitude to take the time out to care enough to leave me a voice note and actually respond to my question, hands down, I was joining his community. You've already showed me you're going to show up for me. That is what we're missing on how to really amplify our voice. Use your voice to really build that trust. You can relate to this, Melanie, to build that trust and really amplify your value and connection to those that need what you have to offer.
I love that. You're reminding me also of meeting Roy Kowarski in a thought leadership branding club on Clubhouse. And Roy reached out in a chat on Clubhouse. He reached out in a LinkedIn direct message. He correctly also, and I really appreciate, I love smart, insightful people. He really understood the introvert was in the room. I attended the entire event. I didn't use the chat. I was listening. I was taking notes. And Roy sent a video message from that amazing, beautiful beach in Australia. And I had no idea he was sending it. I love water. My friend said, I want to thank Mac and thank Shell Shapiro for showing shells this week. They really helped me because we just signed up for another resort vacation on a beautiful beach. But I think it's reminding us the voice memo. And Roy sent a video. I had never seen a video message used as kind of a thank you, as kind of an introduction. It really set him apart. Somebody too, I'd love just follow Roy Kowarski or come hang out with us on a Friday in disruptive business leadership. But I think one of the things that's hard sometimes in audio is we as the smaller business person and the smaller business person, hey Nancy, how are you? Thanks for popping in. That we as the and no, Nancy, he didn't know I love water. I thought it was I really appreciated it because he took care also to really, this person didn't quite respond to my chat. They didn't respond to my invitation to come on stage. And I appreciate it because in the process of working with Roy and getting to know Roy, he shows up with genuine curiosity. And I think that's one of the things about audio clubs and audio leadership clubs and audio events. We can show up, hey, I saw you, I heard you. And, I would say that from trying to hang out with Margaret recently this weekend on Go Brunch. And I think it's a matter of picking where we start, almost as if audio, video, the mixture, live networking, online, it's kind of like a seasoning. And I've been talking about this a lot from the perspective of these are all ingredients to help us unlock doors, build relationships in a really unique way. And Nancy, thank you so much for stopping in and just for saying hi and for shouting out. And Nancy's letting us know you can pop in for a live or an audio at any time that works for you, whether they're available on a recording or it's just happening. But we also want to just really, as Amolia would say, thank you for joining us today. We're still not kicking you out. You see the link here. And as Amalia said, with full transparency, this link here for Audio Leadership Club is Mel's affiliate link. Because as Amalia and I appreciate it in the process of setting up for events, we need to always capture what are great opportunities for our collaborators, for our guests to kind of show out, be seen, and to reach out. And the one thing I need you to really see, and it might be really small because it's near beautiful Amalia's head. She's an audio events queen. It's not something. It's not an accident. We'll tease her because sooner or later, just like it's on the Audio Leadership Club, that crown that's on the microphone, it's a reminder. We have an opportunity when we share our voice to amplify it, to let someone else know, hey, we see you, we hear you, we feel you. And Amalia, I know you've also got Monday night coaching that's happening. Tell us a little bit about that part. We talked about your LinkedIn coaching. We talked about Audio Leadership Club. People know now you've got podcasts. You have a YouTube channel.
I'm telling you, a lot of things going on right now. So yes, this is a full week of events actually. I don't know if Sean's still tuning in. I'll say hi, Sean. So this evening I do have a Monday night coaching event and I love it. We had some fun with it. I don't know if you guys see my boxing video. I was like, yes, I have a reason to share it. But Sean is like really going in on just how to knock out excuses. And I love like this was something that we were really discussing in the Audio Leadership Club because sometimes it's just we need more than just collaboration. We need support, we need accountability. And I love that every time we're still trying to add value. So, in addition to him hosting monthly accountability calls now in the community, we're going to kick it off with today's event that is offered to everyone. And we're going to 3 ways to knock out them excuses. And we're going to let Sean leverage his expertise on just accountability and what we need to do. And it was a really good reminder for me, some things I need to do to stop making excuses and knock them out and just go for it. And since this all relates, I'm gonna challenge everyone. Everyone know me. I love a challenge. I'm giving you guys homework. I challenge you, if you have been thinking about audio events and never done it, you've had an excuse, you're not ready, you're waiting till this offer come out, you're waiting for whatever the excuse is. I challenge you by the end of May to host at least one event, and make sure you message me directly on LinkedIn so I can support. If you need a co host, if you need some collaborators, well, I have a community of 48 members that will be happy to join you, to support you. And you just make sure you get that link from Mel, because it is a private community. It is a waiting list. So you actually get to skip that waiting list by reaching out to Mel. But no, seriously, try it. Take a full advantage. If you want to show up on camera, go for it. But if you want to just do an audio only event, reach out. And also, too, I have an office hour. It's free. If you want to try it, come see me. I offer my time. I love to help. Take advantage.
We appreciate your generosity. And Shawn Michael wanted me to let you know that at the moment he is not on LinkedIn, but he is joining us on Meta. So
Oh,
he's letting you
nice.
know he is listening. He is listening and listening. And now he is back on LinkedIn with some boxing gloves. So, I think the thing that I love is Amalia basically reminded us. And Nancy, fabulous question. And this is a great question to kind of help us close out where we're at. Am- Amalia is amazing at having audio events of different lengths.
Mm-hmm.
And I've started doing it also in terms of live streams. I think sometimes it depends, Nancy. And Amalia said it before. If it's just you, that's a shorter event than when you have a
Mm-hmm.
guest. If it's pre recorded, it may be a shorter event than when you have a guest and you have live comments. Like, we're really delighted everybody popping in today. Amalia, what do you think?
I would
Until
say
we hear Nancy start.
Yeah, absolutely. If it's your first time, you're hosting by yourself, at least give yourself 30 minutes, right? So that way you don't feel pressured. There's nothing worse than trying to fill up space and then the event no longer becomes valuable. It becomes you more focusing on how I can fill this time. But the cool thing is, I love about live events, no one really is going to be upset if it runs over with full value, right? So if you do 30 minutes and it end up being 45 or the full hour, at least you know mentally for the next time how long your event should be, but you're not stressing out if it's not the full hour, if that makes sense. Um, Here's another kicker. Always plan to invite your listeners on stage. That gives you some added time. If no one comes on stage, it's okay. Don't make it awkward. You can say, okay, well, just feel free to leave it in the comments. Sometimes they'll join you, sometimes they won't, but it's okay. But at least leave yourself enough time. So if you know you're going to do 30 minutes, leave 10 minutes for people to come on stage if you want that interaction. But I would say start with 30 if you're by yourself. If you have a co-host, you can even stretch it out to be 45 if you're both new. And then if it runs over to an hour, go for it.
I love, Nancy, that you're putting that you're a lawyer. And one of the things I had delighted to meet Nancy in Tiffany Velvet English's Velvet Style community. And as a lawyer, a 5-minute tip for us that kind of invites us into your blog, invites us into another event, invites us to a session. I think starting small and testing what really feels comfortable to you, just like Amalia said in the beginning. We really also want to thank and give Amalia a shout out for joining us today. camera on, camera on, and for joining us, whether it's audio, joining us, whether it's live, just to share her voice. Nancy, I think you experiment 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes.
If you
You
were to do a 5 minute, not to cut you off, you can always, like I said, it's all about how you position it, right? You can do like a quick tip where people can expect that it's going to be short, right? Straight to the point. You're adding value on one thing and you're answering questions about it. It's all about how you position, how you want that event to be. And actually, Nancy, I love the fact, thank you for joining us. Um, I never had a lawyer on Monday Night Coaching. So I would be more than honored to have you on Monday Night Coaching to speak about small business owners and the mistakes we should avoid. So in that way, I'll do all the work and you just show up with your expertise. So if you want to test it out and try it out, and then you can kind of go from there. But if you're interested, I'm shooting my shot here.
Coach Nancy, it's a great chance to as Amalia's giving you a generous offer to join her on her platforms. It'll also give you content to repurpose. It'll
Mhm.
give you a chance to practice with how you're following up, how you're reaching out, how you're engaging, what feels comfortable, what doesn't feel comfortable. And I think that's one of the things, whether it's an audio event, whether it's a video event, whether it's a live event, whether it's a hybrid event, whether you're a guest or an attendee, we need to keep mixing it up.
And
And
Mel,
we
I
keep,
just want to also point that out. That's a prime example of a way you can get speakers on your show as people are communicating with you guys and they tell you their expertise as they are engaging in that conversation. If you feel that topic, that person, that subject will be a great fit, invite them to join you. I love live examples. And Nancy, no, I really would love to have you. That just was an example to show everyone. I will be interested in have you join Monday Night Coaching.
make sure we introduce you, but Nancy, point and click through. You have an opportunity on LinkedIn also to just reach out to Amalia and to connect, and a warm welcome back, Jay, to Impossible Lives. So, Jay, we're getting close, Jay, to the May the Force Be With Us week. And on that note, I just want to really thank you, Amalia, for bringing your flame, bringing your fire, bringing your fabulous energy, bringing us lots of gems that we can listen to. But what I love too is the variety of approaches that you have, whether it's to audio, whether it's to client conversion, whether it's to founding, and really to places to just bring our own voice. But thank you so much for joining us today. And an overdue virtual toast to Amalia and to all of our guests. We want to thank you for joining us. We hope you stay safe, stay well, stay inspired, and stay in touch. And have a magnificent, magnificent week filled with opportunities and possibilities. Take great care. Be well and stay safe.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you. Bye. Thanks again.